I don't know yet, because we haven't seen Boots in against a guy that has touched him good enough to really test his chin. So we don't. That's the only thing we don't know about him yet. We don't know if he can take the real punch yet, because we haven't seen it. But as far as the skill goes, he got everything. And that fight could be a very difficult fight because he has everything. And when a guy is talented and has the skill level that Boots has, anything can happen. But don't get it wrong.
A fight is expected to happen between Vergil Ortiz and Ennis. Android Jones Jr. didn't hold back when he talked about it.
Legacy, you know, it's time to, for me, my legacy is to be, you know, collect them belts, you know, be you know, multiple weight division champion, you know, undisputed at 54 if possible, you know, and keep doing it each and every weight class, 154, 60, and, you know, maybe 68. You know, that's my goal, you know, and to fight these top guys. And, you know, it's going to happen, you know, one by one. We're going to break.
Annie seems to have more skill and promise than anyone else. People are really scared of how he'll do on a real test. Is Boots' chin still strong? If so, he might be able to beat Vergil and become the next class winner. Well-known welterweights like Mantis Steaminess have said what they think about the possible match between Ennis and Vergil. That person said,
the taller, longer fighter with the better defense should be favored, and that's Boots, right? Because generally, that guy wins those fights. But it's a different thing than actually going out and beating Vergil Ortiz and doing it in style. If he
especially
fights,
in that type of...
When a fighter like Stannis says something like that, it means a lot. He has been in the pits and seen how strong world-class opponents are, but he still thinks Jaron Boots is better. That says a lot about how Boots is seen by his peers. People who support Vergil Ortiz Jr. are looking forward to the start of a new era in the welterweight division. The way I spoke calm, sure, and sure of myself almost seemed like a warning to those people. It's possible that Vergil is building himself up for trouble if he really is invincible. Then they showed up, calm but hungry, and talked like they knew where they were going. His mind wasn't just on Vergil or any other attacker. It was about history, genius, and being the best in every way.
Yeah.
he should be the betting favorite.
Yes.
I think he will be.
I think he's more talented. He's better.
It doesn't sound like a dream when Boots talks about his future. It sounds like they are already following through with their plan. He has the quiet determination of someone who is ready to take over boxing one step at a time. He wants to be the face of the sport in every match, belt, and class. He's not happy with just becoming a growing star. There is a bigger picture behind everything. It's also scary how he says it, like he already knows it's his fate. Fans can tell there's going to be a storm, and Jaron Ennis is in the middle of it. Max Kellerman, one of the best boxing experts, talked about what he thought about the possible fight between Ennis and Vergil. He broke it down in the way that fans usually do, using both logic and gut feelings.
This is a genuine coin flip fight, I really do. And I think we have to remember that Vergil Ortiz has fought the much better competition.
That's true.
He beat Israel Madrimov, very quality win. Madrimov gave Crawford all he could handle. And that was a fight where Vergil Ortiz had to come back from down on the card. So he showed real heart, real character.
Kellerman's thoughts were realistic, which is something you can only get from seeing many greats rise and fall. He told them that they had some natural benefits, like length, defense, and ring smarts, but he also warned them that talent alone isn't enough when the lights are on. The main question is what you should do with those skills when an enemy like Vergil comes charging at you. His tone wasn't rude. It seemed cautious, like he'd seen too many trusted things go wrong. A former NFL player named Leja Mako, who is known for speaking his thoughts, even talked about boxing. He believed these boots would work.
Watch Boots.
Oh, okay.
Boots, yeah. I love watching Boots. Boots got game. But people don't understand Boots got game. You know what I mean? Boots, every night he's messing on defense a little bit, but Boots.
From Akko's point of view, not a single question or analysis was asked. It was a clear thought. He talked in a way that showed he liked how skilled, fast, and sure of himself he was in the ring. Coming from a great player who knows what it means to be truly great. That idea affected me in a different way. It had nothing to do with charts or numbers. It had to do with feelings. When you feel it in your gut before anyone else does, you know you found a great gift. It looked like Mako's words were more like guesses than views. He might be right. If this is true, it could be the start of a very important new chapter in the history of martial arts. Then, one of the most well-known names in boxing coverage, Mike Hopinger, came on and gave a more fair and honest review of the fight.
I don't really care. You know, like I said, boxing's been a popularity contest. These dudes sit up on social media and create narratives. I don't give a damn about none of that shit.
Kopinger did not use a sign because he had seen both fighters earn their hits. He broke it down like a trained researcher. Fans were told that Vergil Ortiz Jr. is a well-known name. He's been in real fights, dealt with problems, and shown how tough he is when it mattered. The things he said changed the way we saw things and reminded us that heart and experience can sometimes fill in the gaps that being skilled left. A worried tone came from Kopinger. Many people see Boots as the future, but one punch could make all the difference in this fight. Roy Jones Jr. couldn't hide how much he liked Boots, and this time, he spoke from a real place of happiness.
We see him and Vergil. I think that's a top-notch fight right there. That's Sugar Ray Duran right there. You know what I mean? Of this era. So I love that fight.
In his speech, you could feel the boss. Rock can only give that kind of praise to real ability when he sees it. He didn't just look at skill. He was happy for a boxer who made him think of the old-fashioned beauty he used to stand for. Roosevelt sounded almost naughty, like he couldn't get enough of seeing a new star take the stage. He talked with Joe about shoes, like he could see the future of fighting right there in front of him. You know it's not just hype when someone like Roy Jones Jr. talks with so much passion. This is what the Bible says will happen. As if Roy Jones Jr.'s words weren't bad enough, he said something else that made them feel even worse. A note telling Boots Ennis how much he cares about her. What he said:
I can see that, you know what I'm saying? I think Boots, you know, he got the speed, he got the power. He has the ability to switch orthodox and southpaw. So he has a lot of tools in his arsenal, man. So, you know what I mean? I think I guess what will be his biggest flaw, but at the same time, is his greatest asset, is that he could box you and it'd be a boring match, but that's not him. He like to walk you down, so he can give an opponent an opportunity.
That sentence said it all. This comes from a great person who has seen many different kinds of fighters, such as speedsters, punchers, experts, and winners. Those words mean something. Rose didn't say anything else about what might happen. Being ready was what he meant. Then Nurkan Lubin spoke. Even though he was angry with someone, he was honest. This is the kind of joy that can only come from a fighter who deserves all the praise in the world.
Let's say a guy like Vergil Ortiz, who's a big puncher, strong guy, you know, he's going to give Vergil opportunities where Vergil can land his shots, because Boots ain't the type of guy that's going to run all day. He's not a boring fighter. He's a fighter. He's going to sit in the pocket with you and he's going to bang. So that's his style, man. So it could work against him or it could just work for him. But I love it. I love it.
Lubin didn't try to sound smooth or like he fit in the crowd. He told the truth. His tone showed that he was unhappy, as if he was sick of the fake news and social media nonsense that kept getting in the way of real business. His words hurt a lot and told everyone that having fans isn't important in boxing. It's about bad guys. He's been through good and bad times. No matter what, his goal hasn't changed. The things he said were not only strong, but they were also said well. Even Gabe Brado was excited about the fight that Vergil Ortiz Jr. Ennis and Jaron Boots were going to have. He seemed very excited about what could be a great battle by the way he spoke.
Listen, I love the fight. I have to definitely side with nephew. Boots is, I think his talent is very, very, very good, and I think it's going to be difficult. But Vergil is a monster, so it's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see.
He said it was the kind of fight that boxing fans like and used the term golden age to describe it. Rado saw that both athletes were real rivals who were eager, skilled, and ready for big fights. He told them how good they were and hinted that this fight might shape the next generation of welterweights. This is the kind of fight that brings history back to life. A real test of how strong, skilled, and emotional you are. Rosado thought this was more than just another fight. Tomorrow there might be a fight because of what someone remembers. He then used the shard to break Banis apart. My fighter has been fighting for a long time and knows what makes a good one.
Until I see them actually mix it up, it's almost like a smorgasbord of 154 pounders. And with that being said, you have Fundora, you have Charlo. Don't forget about Charlo. A lot of people are like, because he's been gone, but he can fight. He can fight. And if he's settled and his mind is right, look out. He's gonna surprise a lot of people.
He talked about Andis's speed, strength, and ease with which he could switch between poses. Rado stood out because he was honest, and he liked how angry Ennis was, but he knew that it could make him look weak at times. His answer was not negative. A fighter looked up to someone who put everything on the line to put on a show and tell it like it was. His opinion was real and based on facts. It was clear from Rado that Nis is more than just a great athlete. He is one of a kind because he never fears anything. A fighter who fights for honor, not fame, made a big move to another fighter who fights for honor. Rosado also said nice things about Ennis's fighting style. He called him a boxer who doesn't run away or play it safe, but instead faces obstacles head-on.
And you laid it out nicely. Vergil's a machine. I mean, he pumps the jab. He's got a killer left hook to the body. He's super durable. Even though we saw him go down against Bohachuk, he came right back and got up and went right back into the fold, right back into the fire, excuse me. And Boots, he's got all the physical talent, the raw gifts. He's also technically, he understands what he's doing in there. His style is so fluid and athletic. It's funny. If I was going to say what kind of style would beat Boots, it would be a Vergil Ortiz type guy who's very fundamentally sound, physically strong, puts on a lot of pressure, keeps the pressure as a great gas tank. But then if you ask me vice versa, what kind of style would beat Vergil Ortiz, I would say a Boots style, a very athletic, defensively savvy at times, and a puncher that hits you with shots that you don't see. So it really is a great matchup between two guys whose styles mesh in a way that you're like, man, I don't have an answer, because I can see both scenarios playing out. Regardless, that's the kind of fights that we need. Young guys fighting in their primes with conflicting, clashing styles. This fight's gangbusters no matter what.
He stressed the difference between the two styles. Boots move quickly, elegantly, and unexpectedly, while Vergil pushes, hits, and is rough. Algerie said that the skills and weaknesses of each fighter are perfectly balanced, which makes for an interesting and unpredictable fight. He had no choice. He liked how different they were. Two young stars at the top of their games fight to see who really belongs there. He threw an angry fit that showed why fighting is so fun. In order to set the scene for the fight, Algerie said that Ennis and Vergil Ortiz Jr. are two of the biggest growing boxing stars in the US right now. He said it is very uncommon for two fighters of this level to battle at the same time. Each of them had something to prove and a lot to lose. As we talked, Algerie told us that Boots has won many championships, but Vergil has not yet. This makes him even more determined in his approach, and he said nice things about both of them, while also hinting that experience might come in handy if things get harder in the ring. The way he talked about it made the fight sound much worse. It's not just another fight. It's the main event. There are two ways to get ahead that are at odds with each other. Also, Algerie said that fights like these are what keep boxing living. Could be that Ennis has the upper hand. Because of his balance, speed, and ability to change, he is very hard to beat across the ring. But Vergil Ortiz Jr. has the same constant drive as Ryan or Gian, which can beat even the best if they aren't ready. This is very exciting because it could go either way. What do you think? What will happen? Will Boots Ennis show that he is the next big thing? Or will Vergil Ortiz Jr. put an end to the rumors and show that he is the real threat in the division? Which type of person has the heart, chin, and skills to win in the end? You are welcome to write what you think in the spot below. Tell us what you think about this dream game. Please follow our channel to see more movies like this one, in which we break down the biggest boxing fights and names.